My parents and I live in a high 9-story building on the edge of the city. We moved here quite recently. We used to live in the center. Our last house was demolished. Our new house was unremarkable, a kind of ordinary post, a Soviet house. Life here is no worse than in the past. The neighbors are all friendly and calm, until one day this happened. On a warm spring evening, I was walking home with friends from school. It was not long to go, but we walked slowly and chatted. From around the corner of a store, an old man comes out to meet us. His appearance was very unpleasant. Gray pale skin, drooping eyelids and yellow sore eyes. I'm not talking about his clothes, he seems to be coming from the garbage heap. Our conversations abruptly stopped and we changed the trajectory of our movement as much as possible, if only not to pass next to him. But he noticed us and in a hoarse, rough voice called us, "Hey. Guys." We looked at each other tremblingly and looked at the old man with the same fearful look. What do you want?" asked my friend when we approached the old man. The scary old face broke into a smile. "Are you from this house by any chance?" he asked with a grin and pointed his finger at my house. I swallowed hard. "No, what are you?" "We are from another area," I said and dragged my friends out of here. "Why didn't you say you were from there?" One of my comrades asked, "What if it's some kind of maniac?" I shouted. Having reached my house, I said goodbye to the guys and went into the entrance. My hands were still trembling at the sight of the face of that old man. What was waiting for me at the entrance broke my psyche. The entire floor of the entrance was covered in blood. Some ropes hung from the ceiling. What is this? I thought. You know, the fact that I saw a terrible person did not go anywhere, but what happened now was beyond the limit. With a loud bang, I closed the door and ran out into the street. There was no way to approach the apartment through these pools of blood, so I decided to call my mother. "Hello, Mom, please look out the door. There is something terrible. It does not allow me to enter the entrance. Call the police." I screamed hysterically into the phone. "Hush, son. What are you?" "I'll take a look now." A minute passed and my mother herself went out into the street. How did you get through those pools of blood?" I asked in bewilderment. "What pools of blood are you talking about?" I had nothing to answer. I imagined it. I just hugged my mother and said that I didn't get enough sleep. That's all it seems. Climbing the stairs in the entrance, it still sometimes seemed to me that there was blood under my feet, and ropes on the ceiling. Already at home in the evening, doing my homework, I remembered the face of the old man and laughed. Just think, old man, at night I had terrible dreams, such dreams, which then, most likely, it will be difficult to forget. I walk along the entrance, and the floor falls under my feet and I begin to fall into darkness, and somewhere down there, I hear the voice of that old man and his frightening face. Mom woke me up. "It's time for school." We struck up a conversation over breakfast. "What got into you yesterday?" she asked. "Maybe it's time for us to go to the hospital to check our brains." "What for?" "It's all right with me." Mom just looked at me disapprovingly, put the plate in the sink and went to get ready for work. She was worried about me. Today, I can still clearly see the old man's face. Every day my mental state got worse and worse. My parents dragged me to psychologists, but nothing changed. During the day I saw gloomy pictures in my house, and at night I tried to protect myself from an invisible force that does not exist. My poor parents no longer knew where to go. It seemed they themselves would go crazy. I don't know what exactly that old man wanted to do, but he achieved it. I am in a psychiatric hospital.